It is January 2023, and we're going to start off this new year by making a junk journal. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that I have never made one of these before, so this is one thing I kind of like to do on this channel, is tackle projects that I've never done before and see how they turn out, and then you can go along and see with me. So what I have is, I have a couple of just brown paper envelopes, and then these are the card inserts, and they already come scored, so I just folded them and creased them. And I have 3 of these. I thought that would be a good amount to start with. And I also, I just realized I don't have my glue on the table. I'll get that in a minute. So I have a flower, and this is actually going to be an embellishment that I'm going to put on the front. I have just some cardstock right here, and I have a little envelope that I already had this. It was in my craft drawer. I have a greeting card that just happened to have a picture on the front and the back, so I'm gonna probably utilize both of these. And I have some crafting paper. This one, I'm planning on using this side. I don't think I'll be using this today, but I will save that for another journal as long as this one turns out. So I have different craft papers here, just so we can add and make this look fun and pretty. And you'll notice a theme here. So this has adventures on it, because I am going to make this for a friend of mine who lives in Alaska and she loves to travel. So I thought this would be super cute. I've got camping stickers, I've got road trip stickers, woodlands, I've got little stickers that say stuff on them, and I've got some woodland retreat paper, so I'll probably use some of this in there. And the paper I may use to actually make a couple more pages in the journal, just so there's more places where she can write, or if she wants to glue in a photo or anything like that. So with that said, let me grab a glue. I know this is a little bit unconventional. I thought about using my Elmer's glue, but I wasn't sure if I used Elmer's glue, because I don't use this type of paper very often. As a matter of fact, I just acquired this from my daughter-in-law, and I didn't know if it would make it wrinkle, and I didn't want to take that chance. So I am just using a good old Elmer's glue stick. I kind of wish I didn't have purple, but that's the only color I have, but that'll help me to see it, I guess, on the back of the page, make sure I get it covered. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to start with our envelopes. Oh, and one other thing, I'm going to be using thread and a large needle to sew our binding, and I did not have an awl tool, which is ALW, I believe. If you know what that is, it's a little, it looks almost like a miniature ice pick that you use to punch your holes for your binding. I didn't have one, so I was digging through my sewing stuff, and I found my seam ripper, and I tried it on some of these that I have, not these, but some extra ones, and it actually worked really well. So the reason I have tape on it is because my case was cracked and it didn't want to stay on, and my hands needed a little bit bigger of a handle to hold on to. So this is what I'm going to be using. So if you don't have an awl tool, then you can use a seam ripper. Okay, so my plan, this is my plan, is to take an envelope, and the flap is open, and it doesn't have to be this style, it can be the triangular shape. But my plan is to slip it, let's see, inside each other this way, and then I'm going to be gluing this down on this side, and that will make our binding. And at the same time, it'll give us little pockets that we can put something in if we want to, or whoever we gift it to can put something in. You know, they can put photographs or whatever in there, or if they're collecting stamps or something from the places that they travel to. So let's go ahead and just jump in because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my glue inside. I'm going to put my glue on the inside of the envelope here, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm afraid if I put it on here, when I try to slide it in, I'm just going to make a big mess. I'm not always the neatest crafter, so I'm going to try to do this as neatly as possible. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And keep in mind that this is going to be bound, and we're going to be, you know, sewing it with some thread, so that's going to be holding it together as well. But I just wanted to try to secure this up a little bit. Let me get up under here. See, I'm already getting glue on my... Okay, we're going to call that good. Okay. Now let me see if I can carefully slip this in. Sorry. If you can't see what I'm doing, I'm trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm getting a little stuck on this side. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. So I'm just going to press that. Okay. Now, one of the tricks to using this, because I know I've used this before, and then my paper one to lift on the corner, is the trick to this is you have to make sure, like whenever I go to put maybe some scrapbooking paper on one of these, then I want to make sure that I get the entire back of my paper covered before I put it on here. And if I see any lift at the corners, just lift them up, add some more, press it down, and it should be good to go. Okay, so this is what we have now so far. Let me turn it around. We have this, and I thought about just licking and sticking this, but then I thought, you know, I probably want to just go ahead and press it out. I don't have a bone tool either, it's just my fingernails. I think I want to just go ahead and glue it down. That way it's a lot more solid. Oh, but you know what? I just had a thought. You know, if I only use this to adhere it, I could actually slip some of my twine in there and add a little extra embellishment on the side. Okay, so never mind. I'm not going to glue this whole flap down. I'm going to lick it and stick it. Okay, just like we're going to be mailing a card. Okay, now after that dries, then I still have this little opening right here that I can, if I can't fit my twine in there, then, which I think I can put maybe a little ribbon or just anything. I can put anything in there. A bookmark, I can make a bookmark and put in there. So, okay, so this is what we have now. This is our cover. Just like that. That was easy enough. So let's move on. Okay, so now I have my 3 card stocks that I have already folded because they were pre-scored. So I've already folded them. But instead of just taking these and throwing them in there like this, which I mean would be cute in itself, I want to add some more because I want to have some more pages in there. I want some color in between these. So what I'm going to do is take my little cutting mat, and this thing is so, look how small it is. It's so cute, but it's perfect for stuff like this. And I'm sorry if you hear that noise in the background. My washing machine is shaking my house right now. It's making some noise. So what I want to do is I want to take one of these. Oh, and this came from the Dollar Tree, by the way, if anybody wants to get one of these. I want to say I got this for maybe before they even went up to $1.25. So I think I got it for 99 cents. Okay. Oh, actually, it's not going to be big enough for this. Well, that's okay. We're going to use it anyways whenever we punch our holes. That way we don't go through the table. Okay, so forget about that. Okay, so now I want to pick out some cute paper. And looky here. This one on top is so cute. This is really cute. I actually really like this. I think she would like this too. So let's go ahead and we're going to add one of these. And then let me see what else I want. I've got animals. Oh, that's kind of cute too. I kind of like that. Let's do one of these. And I think I want to choose one more. I don't want to make the book too awfully thick. Let's find one more. Grasses. Oh, I like this. Just some orange wood. Here we go. That'll be pretty. Okay. So let me move this out of the way. And let's get our paper over here. Okay. So we have our paper. Now, what I want to do is I want to lay this out. Let's stand up over it. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me move a little closer. Okay. And I just want to line it up here. And I'm just going to place around it so I can cut it. Okay, there we go. Now, I think what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to freehand it. I mean, this is a homemade item, so it's not like it came off of a machine. So, let's see how this goes. Since this is only 3 pages, I'm going to try to cut all 3 of them together and hope they don't shift too awfully much. You know how that can happen sometimes when you're cutting multiple pieces of paper. Okay. Actually, you know what I think? Let me grab a paper clip. I think I have a paper clip. Okay, I'm just going to put a paper clip on here to help me hold it. I'll put one there, and then I'll just hold it with my hands at this end. And I'm trying to cut just inside the line if I can. You know, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But just in hopes we don't have pencil marking. But if so, I have a white eraser. And that's another thing. If you get pencil marking on projects, you can use a white eraser and it won't leave any markings behind. Okay, so let me set this aside. And now we have 3 sheets of our paper. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make sure this is going to fit. Okay, so that cut pretty good. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to just fold these. And crease them. Okay, there's one. This paper's so cute. 2 and 3. Now you can cut this the other direction if you want. I actually don't mind the pages going different directions. I think it gives it more character. So Okay, now what I want to do is figure out where I want to put these. So, and they're just going to be white on one side. Now, I know a lot of people, they tea stain their pages. I actually don't know how to do that with paper. I need to learn how to do that. So for now, we're just going to have some white pages, but we're going to be embellishing some of this, so it'll be okay. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to put the orange one in, and then I want to make sure, because I do like the brown, you know, it gives it that nice earthy woodlands feel. So I want to have one of those in the middle. So I'm going to put one here and one behind it, and then I'm going to put this one in back here. Okay, so now once I have this all folded, then this is what we have. So so far I'm liking it. I hope you are too. Okay, all right, let's see if we can keep going without me messing it up. So then it's going to go in here, and we have this. It's super cute. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm overly excited, but that's all right. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get tricky. Oh, let's see. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I want to make sure it's kind of centered. And I think what I want to do is probably mark where I'm going to put my holes. And I don't know if I want to do 3 or 4. Most of the ones I saw, I think they were doing 3. So I'm just going to do 3. Okay. Let's just put one here and one in there. And I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of eyeballing this. Okay. So now that I have those marked, this is where we have to be very careful, because we really don't want everything to shift. So I'm going to take my seam ripper. I'm going to start with the middle hole first. I don't know if that's where I should start, but that's where I'm starting. If you can see, it popped right through. Now I'm just going to wiggle it around and make it a little bit larger hole, because I have kind of a big needle. Okay, then let me come over here and do this one. Okay, that one went through. And this one over here. Okay, so now that we have our holes, I think I want to go ahead and put this paper clip on here, because I don't really want it to slide around too much. Cover my glue. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have. We have 3 holes, and I have this needle. I hope this needle goes through these holes. It actually might be a little bit bigger than my, it is. Well, we'll try it and see. I do have a, I have a thimble somewhere if I need it. Okay, now I don't know how much thread we're going to need. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double my thread. I'm going to reinforce it. So, and luckily this has kind of a large eye on it, so, haha, there we go. First try. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie this off in a knot. Excuse my fingernails, they're not really dirty. I was using some black paint. And just decided it wasn't coming off. Okay. Okay. So let me just snip that off. Okay. All right, so here we go. We have this, and let's see how this works. Start in the middle. Let's see if I can get this through. Oh, There we go. That went through. Might not be perfectly center, but that's okay. This is the first one, and it's going to be great, I think, by the time I'm done with it. Okay, so now I want to go through here. Oh, that is tough. There we go. Okay, and the reason I left this is because I don't want to pull my knot through, so I'm going to go ahead and do this and then snug it up over here. And I'm a little bit off center there, but I don't think it's going to matter by the time we're done. Practice makes perfect, and this is the first one, so let's see. Paint it over. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to get my thimble before I punch that through my fingernail. Sorry about that. I meant to get that before I sat it back down. Okay, so let me push this one through. There we go. Oh, that's a lot easier. Okay. So, okay. So I'm just snugging it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the middle hole. And then that gives us our threading on the inside and the outside. Okay. Just like that. Okay, now here is where I'm not sure what I want to do. Let me take this over here. Okay. All right, I just want to make sure everything is snug, that we're still able to, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So here, I think I just want to go up underneath this one and loop through here. And then I think I want to do that again. And this time, oops. Oh, maybe. My thread's twisting on me. Okay. All right, I don't want to confuse you. So I went underneath this one, but this time I'm going to go between my threads like this. And then for safe measure, I'm going to cut this a little bit long. Let's set my needle aside. And then I'm actually just going to knot this by hand by tying it twice. Okay, there we go. Now let's cut our thread, and there we have it. Now, I don't know if we're going to put something over that. I don't know what I'm going to do there, or if I'm just going to leave it. But, so here we have the beginnings of our journal, which is so cute already. Like, this is so cute. I would love if somebody handmade me a little journal like this. This is so adorable. And we've just got started. We have so much more to do to it. Okay, so I think the next thing that I want to do is decide where I want to put my little envelope, because I think what I'm going to do with this is actually, let me see, I think I like this paper with this envelope. It's bright, it's cheerful, And then we can figure out what we want to put in here. Maybe a little something with an inspirational message or something on it. We'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to start with my paper, and I can move this out of the way. And I want to cut this smaller than this page right here. So I am just going to, you know what? Let me just measure this. Let's see, where are we at? This is 7 inches by almost 5. Okay, so that's a 7 by almost 5. So I think what I want to do is, let's just measure this. And I want to go ahead and cut it down to, oops, let me flip it over on this side. That way my inches are on this, by the edge. Okay. And I'm just going to line it up on those little dots right there. Okay. Okay, so my paper here is 7 inches. Let me scoot this forward so you can see. So this is the size of my paper, the length of my paper. So I want to actually cut it at 6 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark that a little bit further over. Okay, and then the width was almost 5, so I'm just going to go with 4. So I'm going to measure this way. And mark it at 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw this. I know I'm a little bit under, but it doesn't really matter. I just needed a close proximity. So let me measure off a few 4 inches. This is where it will matter because we don't want our paper crooked. So I'm going to do that. Okay, let me line this up. And I've actually, I need to get better at making these videos, and I need to get my head on straight because I've set my glasses down somewhere, and so I'm squinting trying to do this right now. So I'm probably going to turn the camera off and go see if I can find those before I cut this. Okay, I can see now. Sorry about that. Okay, so now what I want to do is just cut this out. Okay. And if you have, you know, an X-Acto knife and a cutting mat and you want to do it that way, that's great. If you have a metal ruler, I just don't have all that stuff. So, I mean, I've got my little cutting mat. I don't have an X-Acto knife anymore or a metal ruler. Okay, so let me set this aside. Okay, so now we have our paper. So we can put it right in here. So my thoughts are I'm going to put the paper in here, and then I'm going to put the little envelope on top of it. Like this. Well, to meet at the bottom. And then put a little something inside. So since this envelope though is actually not glued or anything, that's the first thing I want to do is glue my envelope. Let me set this over here. And I can't even remember where I got these. Huh. I don't know if they came from, they might have come from Hobby Lobby. Oh, I'm making a mess on the table. Just put that on there. Okay, so press that out. And any excess glue you want to kind of rub off, because you know you don't want to glue your flap down or anything. So, and this stuff usually, if you rub it, it'll just kind of like lose its sticky. Okay, so that's done. And I'm actually going to pull this back over here because I got glue on the table and I don't want it on the back of this. Okay, so let me set this aside and we're going to put some glue on here. You know what? I really don't want to get it all over my cutting mat either. Let me grab, what do we have here? Oh, this will work. I'll do it right on the back of the stickers. Okay. So you want to make sure that you get the edge and the corners really, really good. And you can get these glue sticks just about anywhere. You can get them at Walmart, Walgreens. Sometimes you can even get them at the name brand ones at the Dollar Tree. It just depends. I think you can get them at Dollar General, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. Okay, all right, I think that is going to be good. So, let me wipe my hands off. Okay. Let me run that out. Okay, that worked. Now, let's take our paper with our glue on it. And just going to lay it right here and press it out. And if you feel like it's gonna pop up or something, or maybe you have a little curve in your paper, you can set something heavy on it if you want for a few minutes and let it flatten out real good. Okay, so I think that is going to be good. Let me go around with my fingernail. I just don't want it peeling up. I want it to stick. Okay, so now that that's on there, I want to glue my envelope on. So let's do the same thing, and try not to get glue on there. Actually, I probably won't even use that. Let me just do it this way. This is a lot thicker and heavier. So I don't think I really have to worry too much about my glue getting on the table. Oh, let's get all over there. Alright. And I don't say this very often, and I probably need to say it more. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope that you're enjoying the videos, because I just really started this channel because I had several people tell me that I should put some of my projects on YouTube, and I debated for a while, and finally decided just to do it. So I'm hoping sometime in the near future I'm going to have a couple of larger projects that involve some power tools, like a circular saw. Hopefully, if I can get it together and get my plans out of my head and onto paper, then hopefully I'll have some really interesting stuff to do. Okay, so now we have this and we have this. So right now it looks, just, it's fun, but it's plain. So I want to add just, a little something. So let's add a little something. So I am thinking what would be cute on here? I don't know. Maybe, let's see what stickers we have, because I think I want to put a sticker on there. So I like these. These are super cute. Are we there yet? That's cute. Okay. So, let me see. I kind of like this little suitcase here. I think we're going to try that one. So, I'm just going to put this like right up here in the corner. I'm just going to press it up. Okay, so I think that is cute. Now I don't want to do, you know, too much. And then maybe, I think I want to save this, I think, for ends. Oh, you know what? Maybe we could do it this way. You open that and you have your inspiration there. And then if they want to put a photograph or something in the pocket, they can. So I'm thinking, I like this. Do you want live well? Or, I don't know if I want live well or if I want true happiness. Love much. There's so many. I think I want to do live well, actually. Let's do this one. So open that up. And we have live well right there. So I think that's cute. And then I might go back and add a little bit more embellishment. Okay, so I do know I want to put something on here. And I don't know if I want to do a sticker. As a matter of fact, I kind of like this paisley sticker, and that might be the perfect, let's see, that might be the perfect thing that we need. So let's see here. So if I go here and here, well, that's cute. I like that. Okay, so let me see if I can cut this without cutting too far in or too far out. Well, I cut it too far. See, and that's what happens whenever you're crafting. It's not always perfect, but I think, awesome, it'll peel off there. Okay, so now I can go ahead and position it. Reposition it, I should say, since I messed it up. We're gonna make it look like it's supposed to be this way. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So that is really cute. And then I think I might want to put, let me press this down. I actually might want to put the true happiness on there. Oh, do I want to put true? Yeah, let's do true happiness. I think that's just cute. We'll put it right here. I don't want to do too much, but I don't want to do too little. So I want that, you know, happy medium. Okay, so there we go. So now keep in mind, I am not a scrapbooker. As a matter of fact, I've never scrapbooked before in my life. So this might not be the prettiest thing, and I'm sure some of you have some really creative minds and have probably done stuff like this before, and you could come up with some fantastic pages to make in your journals. But this is where I'm starting, and that doesn't mean I might not go back and add a little something, but we also have to keep in mind that this is the beginning of the journal, and sometimes the beginning of our projects don't look very pretty, and then they turn out to be really great by the time we're finished with them. So that's what I'm telling myself. Okay, so now, that is such cute paper. I really like that paper. Okay, so back here, I'm trying to decide. I have this right here I thought would be perfect for the end of the journal. And then, you know, she could put her name there and whoever she's planning on having her next adventure with. But I didn't know if I wanted to just slip it in the pocket like that. Actually, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And this is one reason why I like the idea of using the envelopes to make these journals, is because you have pockets. And pockets are like a little surprise. So I like that. I'm going to leave that. Now over here I said maybe she could put a photograph or something in there. But I actually might want to just put something in there. Another little surprise. Let me see what I have over here. Oh, look, I already have a piece of paper. So I think I'm gonna, let's cut this down. Let's see. Let's cut it down to where it just sticks up a little. So somewhere in here. Just cut it here. Okay. And then, so that will go in there. Let me see if that'll close. Let me cut one more off, actually. One more row. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to stick that in there, and what I want to put on there is some other... this one. Let's put this. This is cute. Okay, so this says, "Are we there yet?" That'll tie in with the little suitcase. So, let's see if I can get it straight. Okay, so we put that in there, so whenever she pulls that out, it says, "Are we there yet?" And that's just a cute surprise that'll put a smile on her face. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break, and then I will come back, and we will work on some more pages. Okay, so what I've done is I've cut a couple of pieces of paper. I had this with the lines on it, so I thought that would be perfect because that'll, you know, give you a place to actually write in your journal. And then I just cut out a piece of decorative paper, and I cut this and this out, a little tag. So what I'm planning on doing is, not on here, maybe on another page, I think I'm going to put this here, but just to show you, I'm going to glue the brown paper down, and then this will be a little tag that can be used like as a little bookmark. So I thought that would be really cute, and I just used a piece of paper, or I'm sorry, a cardstock, and cut the top of it in the shape of a tag, and somewhere I have a hole punch, and I'm just going to take my tag and punch a hole in it, and then I am going to take a little piece of my twine. I really don't know how long I want this. And I'm going to tie a knot. You've probably seen me do this before on ornaments if you've seen those videos. If not, go check them out. I'll be making more Christmas ornament videos. I know it's only January, but I'm redoing the tree for this next year, and I want to, if I can, I want to show you, I'm going to flock the tree and everything. I'm going to totally reimagine my tree, not even use one of the sections out of it, and build a platform and all that. At least that's the plan. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this through here and do that. And so we have this cute little tag. And so quick and easy to make using these right here. And I think these came from Hobby Lobby. They are actually bookmarks. Here's the brown ones. So that's what I'm using for my little tag pocket that I'm going to put on here. Okay, so what I want to do is, I was looking at my stickers, and I want to put this here. I'm going to glue this on here, and I saw these, and I thought this would be so cute to just put here, and put a couple of these little footprints right down here, you know, in the corner, or in this little corner over here. I just thought that would be adorable. Also, I went back and I put another piece of this paisley border on here because I just thought it needed that little extra, and I think it just makes it a little bit cuter. So let's go ahead and glue this on. Let's use the back of this again. I think, yeah, that glue's pretty much dry. Now, I will tell you that if you're looking for a fast craft project, this is not it. This is actually very time consuming because so far all we've gotten is our binding and pages together and one page done, and that's it. I'm working on page 2, and there's quite a few of these, so probably what I'm going to do is come back after doing some more of the pages and then show you what I've done, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, I have cleaned up my mess, and I want to show you what I've done in the journal and what I'm going to do for finishing touch. So, what I have done is I have decorated every page. And this, I took my stencil and I put Imagine on there. And then this is, of course, I told you, for my friend, excuse me, who lives in Alaska, so I put Alaska on there. She loves to take pictures everywhere she goes. And this right here, I just thought she could write little notes. She could make a list, maybe, you know, the places that she is stopping, you know, while she's, you know, out traveling or whatever. I wanted to make sure there was plenty of room for her to be able to write in this journal, and also, like in an area like this, if she wanted to, you know, just tack down a little photo or something, then she could do that too. Used my stencil again. I sort of did the black stenciling as a theme throughout the whole journal, and I did end up using the bird picture, just not on the front like I thought, so I used it on the inside. And then this right here, just a reminder that prayer is very powerful, because God hears our prayers as His children. He hears us and answers us. The room to write, and of course I've already showed you this one with the little surprise pocket in there. And did one for camping. That was cute with the s'mores. And just some rustic blessed. And then this right here, so I made this little pocket and I put these in here and I left them blank. And this is so she can write down little notes, whatever she wants to put on these, you know, and then she can just stick them in that pocket as little reminders, inspirational notes, whatever she wants to do. And then another place, and then Texas, that's where I'm at, and that's where my friend is actually from, so I wanted to make sure that I put Texas in there for her. And then here, another one, just to remind her that prayer can get us through all the difficult times and the good times in life. And another little pocket with a place where she can write a prayer there if she'd like to. And this one says heart, because the heart is God. God is the heart. He's the one that sustains us. And so I think she's going to really like this. And then back here, I just put a blank one right here, and that way she can go ahead and write another little note if she wants to. And then I'm pretty sure I showed you this too. I thought it was just super cute to end the book with. So that is what I have done. And I hot glued a flower onto the front of it. Oh, also this little tag I hot glued on there as well. I didn't use the glue stick for that or for the flower. I didn't think that it would hold. So what I want to do, and also, I have these two cute little pencils that I'm going to, let me just show you what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to put them in this front pocket, just on an angle. Let me put them in there a little bit better. There we go. And they'll close right in the book. I mean, how cute is that? Actually, I might turn them around so the flowers stick out and not the erasers. But, so that's what we're going to do. That'll be the last thing, and then I'm going to tie some twine around the book right here and just tie a little bow, and that's what's going to hold it shut. But before I do that, since I didn't tea stain pages or anything like that, because honestly I've not done that. I've never tea stained paper. I've tea stained so many things but not paper, so I wasn't sure if this was the right type of paper or how to do it. And that does remind me, earlier I said that I had never scrapbooked, and that was actually a lie. I had completely forgotten that years ago my daughter had a scrapbook that she was working on, and I did a couple of pages in that, but I can tell you it wasn't good, so it really barely counted. So anyway, so this is my first journal and my first real attempt at any kind of scrapbooking here. But with that being said, if you've seen some of my other videos, I absolutely love my gold metallic paint. This right here is a very thin paint. If you're going to coat something, you know, like if you want to paint something and coat it really well, you would want to use something else, because this takes about 4 coats. But today it doesn't matter, because we're only going to need 1 coat, and we're going to be doing a finger rub around the edges of our book and our pages. So that's what we're going to do now. And we want to shake this one up really good. And I'm just using a piece of cardboard. Put my paint on. Oops, air bubble. And okay, so, and this, you don't have to be, you know, perfect or anything. This is just a rustic look. Let me take this out so I don't get anything on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to dip our finger and sort of pat it and just kind of go around the edge. Now I don't know how well you can see it, but it just gives it this little extra just touch to it, just a finished touch. And that's what I wanted. I wanted just a finished touch to my book. So I will go ahead and finish doing this, and I'm actually going to do this on not just on the cover, but I'm also going to do this on every single page. Hopefully it does not make my scrapbooking paper crinkle. You know what? No, I mean, I don't think it will. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Hopefully it won't mess it up. But I'm just going to do this. So it just, if you can see, there's nothing perfect about it. It's just, you're just rubbing it on with your finger. So I'll do that and come back, and then I will show you the finished product with the pencils and the twine wrapped around it. Okay, now that I've got all the gold on the edges of my pages, it doesn't show up as well on the brown. You probably can't even see it on camera, but it does when the light hits it right. You can see it. But it shows up on the other pages really well. So what I'm going to do now is I want to tuck this in, my string for my tag. That way it's not sticking out the top. And then I'm going to take my pencils, and I'm turning them upside down. And I'm slipping them in here like this. And then I am taking my twine, and I am just going to tie a little bow right over here. Like this. And let's make sure that it's kind of even. Okay. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut this excess off. Whoops. Well, maybe. Oh, I think I need to clean my scissors. Maybe a little more. Cut that off. And then there you have it. We have our cute little journal. Thank you for junk journaling with me. This was my very first time, and I really enjoyed making this. So I think it's safe to say I will be making some more. I hope you all have a blessed day, and come back and see some more videos.